RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles about sports stars, professional wrestlers, and actors, actresses, and TV personality, sports video blogs, professional wrestling video blogs, MBTA video blogs, entertainment video blogs, and tons more. A collection of my work going back to June of 2014 on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media sites. RVBN, Billerica, Massachusetts. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Wednesday, December 28, 2016, around 7:04 in the morning in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's going to be a sunny day. It's cloudy out right now. Seasonable temperatures. Tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night is supposed to get a nor'easter. Several inches of snow, perhaps. But in the coast of Boston and North Shore and the South Shore and the Cape and the Islands, little or no accumulation. So winter's here. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Boston Celtics beat the Memphis Grizzlies by the score of 113-103 last night. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Boston Bruins by the score of 4-3, 13 straight wins by the Blue Jackets. And Phil Jackson, president of operations for the New York Knicks, has announced that he's ending his engagement with Lakers CEO Jeannie Buss. And that's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my first video blog of the day. Boom, 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 bam, bam, bams. Whack, 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 smack, smack, smack. 2017 is going to be the year I reunite with people like BK, DA, DB, BA, MW, and more for one night only. I'm open to the idea. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is my personality profile. Today's personality profile is about the late great Hall of Fame goaltender Terry Sawchuk. Terry played 21 years in the NHL, and he was one of the best goaltenders in league history. He set a lot of NHL records for a goaltender, which since has been broken by a few goaltenders. Terry was born and he grew up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He is of Ukrainian descent, and he grew up in a family with 3 brothers and 1 adopted sister. And he played hockey and rugby as a kid. He was inspired to be a goaltender by one of his brothers who, passed away as a teenager of a heart attack. And he had another brother who passed away as well, and he inherited some goaltending equipment from an old friend. So that's how he became a goaltender. Terry injured his arm at the age of 12 while playing rugby because he did not want to tell his parents he got injured because they forbidden him to play that sport. And his arm was broken and it was never set properly, and it was revealed. His parents noticed it a couple of years later, and one of his arms was shorter than the other one because it wasn't healed or set properly. And Terry was such a good goaltender in small hockey leagues that the Detroit Red Wings signed him at age 14 and immediately sent him to junior teams in Galt, Ontario, and he signed a professional contract with the Red Wings at the age of 18. He played in the Red Wings system for a few years, the minor leagues, winning Rookie of the Year and Goaltender of the League. And he was such a good goaltender that he made his NHL debut in the 1949-1950 season. And Terry replaced Harry Lumley as number one goaltender of the Red Wings, because back then they only carried one NHL goaltender each team. And he played 21 seasons in the National Hockey League with the Red Wings for several years, then the Boston Bruins, then back to the Red Wings, then the Maple Leafs, the Canes, and the Rangers to close out his NHL career in 1970. He had 11 or more seasons of 20 or more wins, 15 seasons of a goal against average of 3, which is pretty good. 10 times he recorded 5 or more shutouts. He played in 11 All-Star games. 3 seasons, he was a first NHL All-Star team selection. 4 times, he was a second NHL All-Star team second team. He won the Vezina Trophy 4 times during his career. This is when the Vezina was given out to the goaltender with the best goals against average. And he got his name on the Stanley Cup 4 times. 3 with the Detroit Red Wings and 1 with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Terry was such a durable and tough player. He battled many injuries during his career. At the age of 18, he almost lost sight in one eye because of a hockey puck hit his eye. This was when, at the time, goaltenders did not wear masks. He had a battle of mononucleosis. He suffered a lot of arm injuries and leg injuries and a lot of facial fractures. He had 400 stitches in his face at one time. That's amazing. He played most of his career without a mask because he refused to wear a mask, even though he got beaten up. And he broke his nose. Towards the end of his career, he gave in and wore a mask. Also, Terry suffered from depression, and he had some violent episodes with his wife, Pat, and he also battled alcoholism. He had 6 children. Terry's life was tragically ended in 1970. He got into a fight with a teammate for the New York Rangers that left him suffering some internal injuries. He died on May 31st, 1970 at the age of 41. He was inducted posthumously to the Hockey Hall of Fame the next year. And his career stats were 447 wins, 330 losses, 172 ties, 2.52 goals against average, 103 regular season shutouts. And the playoff record was 54 wins, 48 losses, a 2.54 goals against average, and 12 shutouts. Terry's number 1 is retired by the Detroit Red Wings, and Terry was, probably one of the best goaltenders of his generation. And I read a book about him years ago, and it was an interesting book, and it tells you. The book tells you how many injuries he dealt in, battling depression and, being violent to his wife and other stuff like that. It's a good book, but it's out of print. And that's about it on him. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 2 more video blogs today. First video blog will be about Week 17 NFL predictions. The last NFL predictions for the regular season. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the MSG House Show card from February 20th, 1984 for the WWE. Keep calm, everybody. I'm Julie by the guy. Molly Rose Blood. WCCO accents, nice legs. Elizabeth Hatz, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York. Such a whacking Cougar's got the best leg in New York City, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent. And Len Cliff, WHGH Channel 7 Boston, is such a cute cutie pie. And she's got nice legs. Best in Boston. And in the words, Sean, we should get out. Bye now.